The evolution of modern humans out of Africa was known to be a long and complex process. 1.1 million years ago, our ancient ancestor Homo heidelbergensis lived within Africa before moving into Europe 300 to 400,000 years ago. These ancestors then were able to move all the way up throughout Asia to form two distinct clades known as Denisovans and Neanderthals. It wasn't until 130,000 years ago that Homo sapiens arose within Africa, and not until 60,000 years ago did Homo sapiens move into Europe and actually could commingle with Neanderthals. 30,000 years ago, our cousins Neanderthals and Denisovians became extinct, allowing modern Homo sapiens to spread throughout the globe and become the modern power that they are. Now, Neanderthals were actually named for the first sites where their fossils were discovered in Germany, and it was estimated at their peak that Neanderthals numbered all the way up to 70,000 members. Neanderthals were known to use very complex tools, as well as build dwellings using animal bones and mammoth skulls, as well as tusks and bones. Neanderthals were also known to be able to make sharp knives for cutting and cleaning, as well as using awls for piercing hides. Neanderthals would be considered dwarf as compared to modern humans. However, they were known to have rather large skulls. Neanderthals were known to be very strong, as well as having prominent brows and foreheads. Now, previous thoughts indicated that modern humans evolved in Africa and spread throughout Asia and Europe, and while they could intermingle with Neanderthals, it was not thought that they could interbreed. Fossil records seem to back up this hypothesis. However, advances in genome sequencing realized that Neanderthal genes were actually mixed in the general population of modern-day humans. This could only arise as a result of interbreeding. In fact, about 2% of today's genomes are made up of Neanderthal DNA, with the exception of people from sub-Saharan Africa. So it does seem to be that Neanderthals did interbreed. However, what would be the benefit of modern humans and Neanderthals seem to share a gene that actually helps control oral and facial muscles? This would give us an improved ability to have language. Though more distant ancestors like chimpanzees seem to have different blood groups as compared to humans, modern humans and Neanderthals are actually thought to have the same blood type, which would seem to confirm the closeness of these groups. Another important aspect is that it's thought that part of our immune system may have been transferred from Neanderthals. Recent studies indicate that 2/3 of Europeans actually carry this important protein from Neanderthals. Having an improved immune system from Neanderthals could actually help modern humans survive, especially in the harsh climates of Europe and Asia. This would give us an improved advantage as compared to other species and actually help Homo sapiens propagate. Now this brings us to a love story, which we like to think of as when Harry met Sally. Now imagine Sally. She's playing the dating game 50,000 years ago. She doesn't have Tinder, she doesn't have Facebook. She's just living in the cold, barren steppes of Europe. And while she may ache for eternal love, she's also trying to play the genetic game. Now Sally might be used to dating typical, boring Homo sapiens, but she's really looking to someone to improve her genetic chances. My goodness. Whereas that Neanderthal actually happens to be living right next door. Now, is this true love or just advantageous coupling? Now, while the rest of Homo sapien neighborhood perhaps shivered with cold and burned with fevers from infections, Sally's hybrids with Neanderthal perhaps stayed healthy and warm. Their children were more likely to have offspring then and pass on their father, the Neanderthal's genes. In this way, some beneficial or even neutral genes stayed on for thousands of generations up to modern times. So next time you make fun of your friend for being a Neanderthal, maybe you should be happy that Sally didn't turn down that second date. We'd like to thank you for your attention.